Greet the Mets, beat the Mets, step right up and beat the Mets.
Now, Broad Street Sports, the best Philly sports podcast.
So the Phillies just won a very huge series down in South Philly after a very disastrous game one, and then they come out and they play good, solid baseball the next two games, especially today on the backbone of a great start from Christopher Sanchez, one of the best starts I've seen him have. It was a very good start for Christopher Sanchez. We had a lot to look at, a lot of positives from Christopher Sanchez. The offense once again goes cold. Harper, Turner, Schwarber, the entire offense has gone cold. No surprise there, really. But you have the youngsters, once again, guys like Buddy Kennedy, Weston Wilson, Castellanos would have hit, Realmuto would have hit. So you have Rojas that laid down the bunt to move Weston Wilson over, or move Buddy Kennedy over, So they're trying to play some small ball. So they're all around the Phillies. They came from behind once again. They played from behind the entire series, but all in all, the pitching kept us in the game tonight and in game two. And Christopher Sanchez and the bullpen. Orion Kirkring was great. Jose Ruiz brought a lot of intensity when he came in there in the ninth, and he shut it down. It was great to see Jose Ruiz pitch as well as he did. Let me just tell you that much. So all in all, the Phillies did what they had to do. They took care of business at home against a division rival and a Mets team that is hot. And they were playing some good baseball coming in South Philly. And they played good baseball in game one. And throughout the entire series, they played good. David Peterson today shut the Phillies down. He had 8 scoreless. He almost went 8 scoreless, because that's when we started scoring there in the 8th. But he almost went 8 scoreless. Their defense was good. Our guys couldn't hit the ball. Game 1 and 2, their offense just tore us apart. They tore us apart. So all in all, being able to shut down a very hot Met team coming into Philly, there was a lot of positives. There was a lot of pros and cons, but some good, but a lot of positives as well. And we're going to touch on a lot of them coming in here at the Phillies post-game show. But without further ado, I'd like to say, make sure you like, subscribe, comment. It really helps out the algorithm. Really, and then go on to Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, and go follow me at Broad Street Sports. That's where I post my live reactions right after the game. And then I don't know if you guys noticed, I'm sure you did, but we are in a new setup. We're down in my basement now. I got Gritty behind me. I got a couple flags coming in to really make this look nice. But I got Gritty behind me. But here we go with the Phillies post-game show. Christopher Sanchez, genuinely, in my opinion, had his best start, his best start in his recent starts. He's been slow. He hasn't been the Christopher Sanchez that we know he can be and is. But tonight he proved that he can be that still, and he was lights out. So Christopher Sanchez tonight pitches 7 strong, gives up 6 hits, 1 run, and he strikes out 7. He had 5 strikeouts through 3. But I mean, he was pitching to contact. He was really striking him out with the changeup. He looked good with off speed. All in all, Christopher Sanchez looked like the Christopher Sanchez that we know he is, and he has to be come playoff time. Switching it up to the bullpen, Orion Kirkring came in right after him in there in the 8th. Orion Kirkring has, I know I said this in post-game shows before and during this Mets series and even before, but Orion Kirkring is figuring it out. Orion Kirkring, that sweeper, is lights out. That sweeper is great. I mean, he's finding out where he has to throw it. He's finding out when to throw it. And he's throwing it with confidence, and he's throwing it easy, and it's mixing these guys up. Then he's using his fastball, and that fastball is just blowing by these guys. So he's finally figuring out when to throw pitches, location of the pitches. And Orion Kirkring as a whole has looked very, very good recently. And, I mean, I'm not fully there yet. I'm not fully yet like, damn, I trust this guy 100%. But right now, I'm okay with giving him the baseball in a close game. Orion Kirkring has been great. He continues to look good. He's putting in a lot of the work with Caleb Cotham. And he's doing what he has to do to play good baseball. He is doing it. And it's good. It's good to see him show up. It's good to see him put in the work because he started the season really good and then he fell off a cliff, and then he built himself back up, and now he's playing solid, good baseball and he's pitching well. And he's a pivotal guy that we need to pitch well in the playoffs. He's a guy that we need to pitch well. I'm expecting Rob Thompson to put him and use him in very serious scenarios, and during the playoff time because we seen him do it last year during the postseason. Orion Kirkring was in there in very pivotal moments. So I mean, he was okay. He was okay last year. I mean, he was all right. But this year, if he could continue this into the postseason, throughout the postseason, Rob Thompson is going to have no choice but to put him in. I mean, really. Ruiz came in the ninth, and Ruiz was really good. Ruiz, again, he continues his hot streak. He continues to pitch very, very well with confidence, with ease. When he came in the ninth today, I was like, shit, the Phillies are going to lose. I said I was not happy. I wasn't too confident about it, but he came in, he took care of business. And the main thing, Jose Ruiz today pitched with electricity. He brought the heat. South Philly and CBP was rocking with Jose Ruiz. It felt like a postseason game. It felt like the way it needed to be in a monumental and serious series for both teams. Jose Ruiz in a tie game in the ninth, he took care of business. And he's another guy, just like Kirkring, that we need to pitch well, that is going to be in the mix of pitching in high scenario cases. Jose Ruiz has started the season okay, and has really excavated into great pitching. Really. And I never thought I would say it, and half of you guys are going to say I'm crazy, but he has been lights out. And it's really, really good to see. And, I mean, he's been really good. So today he brought the electricity in the ninth, and he shut the Mets down. Switching now to the offensive side of baseball. Schwarber, Turner, and Harper strike out of 4 combined times, and combined with the 3 guys, they only got 1 hit. And when you're trying to make the postseason and you're trying to have a postseason push, your guys, your big 3, which are Turner, Harper, and Schwarber, they have to play good baseball. Today, I've seen Schwarber just not even just Schwarber, the entire big 3 just swing for the fences, try and hit home runs, try and just put the ball over the fence and spark the offense. You cannot do that. And in a monumental series, in a very pivotal series, you have to play small ball. You have to get on base. The big 3, the veterans in this lineup weren't doing that. But you see the young guys like Weston Wilson, Rojas trying to lay down a bunt. Then you have Buddy Kennedy getting on base, hitting that big, huge RBI double there in the 8th. These younger guys are starting to outplay and carry the veterans because they're playing small ball. They're playing the way that it's supposed to be played. When you see that you cannot hit the ball out of the park, when you see that it's just not working, and you have to hit singles. You have to get on base any way you can. And the youngsters are doing that. Not just tonight, the entire series the youngsters have been doing it. I'm really starting to get fed up with Schwarber, Turner, and Harper. I really am. Because like when is it going to end? Turner is a guy that is a speedy guy. He gets on base, he can steal. He could leg a single into a double, realistically. He could stretch a double into a triple. And he's just swinging for the fences constantly. Constantly swinging for the fences. Constantly wanting to hit that home run. Like that's not why you're here, man. That you're not here to just crank homers all the time. Schwarber, yeah, I get it, yeah. Same thing with Harper. He's the most monumental player on this team. He can't be trying to hit home runs constantly. Constantly. So, in all retrospect, I'm really starting to get fed up with the Phillies' big three. I really am. But some positives with the offense. I mean, Weston Wilson with that big double to start the eighth. And then Buddy Kennedy. It's a different player every single night. Last night it was Cal Stevenson. Tonight it's Buddy Kennedy. These guys, these young guys are stepping up to the plate and they're starting to carry this team. Through the injuries, they are carrying this team. It's a different player every night. So Weston Wilson gets on base. Buddy Kennedy hits him home. And then you have Rojas trying to get on base with a bunt. He almost does that, but he moves the runner over to third. So all in all, they're playing small ball. They're getting on base. They're hitting singles. They're hitting guys home the way they have to do it. Then there in the ninth, Nick Castellanos gets on base with the single. He had a good at bat. He had a good pitch selection, and he hit it. And then JT comes up. JT's been hitting the ball pretty well since coming back. Yesterday went 2 for 4. Tonight it's a walk off. JT's another guy that the Phillies are going to need to be hot, and JT just did what he had to do. He didn't have to hit a home run. He didn't have to do anything. He just had to hit a single. He just had to get on base. Keep the lineup moving. Keep the chains moving. And he did what he had to do. I mean, he ripped that double. He ripped the double. I mean, kudos to Castellanos for stealing second and getting there. But really, I'm really proud of the young guys and then JT and whatever. But I'm really proud of these young guys stepping up. And this bullpen has been lights out. Christopher Sanchez lights out. I'm really proud of this team. So good series win. Now heading into Milwaukee. Let's see if they can continue this. Magic number for the NL East is now 6. So that is good and all good. But thank you all for tuning in to the Phillies post-game show. I love and appreciate every single one of you. Good night and go Phillies.